I'm going to explain what it means by the word school readiness. Readiness is a term used to describe preparation for what comes next. Since 1990, one of the most top educational goals has been that all children in America will start school ready to learn. While there is a general agreement concerning the importance of school readiness, there is no consistent definition for it. Children's readiness for successful transition into kindergarten needs to be viewed as a community responsibility. Parents, pre-kindergarten teachers, elementary schools, and local community programs working together provide the best base for children's success in school. Readiness needs to be defined in broad developmental terms so that the uniqueness of each child is preserved and respected. The National Education Goals Panel definition of school readiness covers 3 key areas: children's readiness for school, school's readiness for children, family and community support and services that contribute to children's readiness for school success. In this debate, we are arguing the importance of school readiness versus social skills development in preschool and kindergarten. After reading into many different studies, we will debate to see which is more important. First, we will argue the importance of school readiness in preschool and kindergarten. First study. In a study with kindergarten and preschool teachers, academic, independent work, instruction following, activity transitions, communication, social interaction, self-care, large group, and conduct are skills that were tested. It was concluded that preschool teachers have higher expectations than kindergarten teachers at an entry level. This helps to determine what teachers expect of their students at an entry level. Second study. Based on this study, it can be determined that there are 3 key level elements of school readiness. The elements are school entry academic, attention, and socio-emotional skills. Math and science skills are one of the strongest predictors of later achievement alongside attention. This emphasizes the importance of math and science and its effects for school readiness. The study also stated that social skills have little to no effect on later achievement. If the child doesn't learn this academic skill early on, they will later be greatly affected. Third study. This study evaluates and monitors the increasing investment made by the public in early childhood education. Teachers are expected to assess children's school readiness. Preschool and kindergarten teachers rated children's skills in this study. The skills that were rated in 3 areas, which are kindergarten readiness, academic skill, and communication skills. These ratings were compared with direct assessments of the children's skills. The results concluded that teachers tended to be more highly related to basic skills, such as counting. This was more important than receptive vocabulary. Consequences of these findings can be used for information, future efforts to assess school readiness. So overall, teachers have certain expectations at an entry level and need for children to be ready for school. Learning basic skills are extremely important at a young age and will set up the rest of the child's life in schooling.
Continuing on with the importance of school readiness. Teachers and parents both have strong beliefs on what they think is appropriate school readiness for their children and students. School readiness doesn't just come to students naturally. Rather, it takes time and relies mainly on how they were raised or taught through the years of their lives prior to preschool and kindergarten. A huge factor that plays significant roles in this is how the students were raised and what community or environment he or she were raised in. Along with this, it depends how and what students were taught in preschool that determines their readiness for kindergarten. Upon entering kindergarten, students are expected to know and understand print, letter and sound recognition, beginning writing skills, and obviously good behaviors such as following rules, taking turns, and communicating with one another. To help students achieve these goals, I recently researched 2 different programs. The first one is known as the Jumpstart Preschool Program. This program provides age-appropriate activities, curriculums, and assessments for 3, 4, and 5-year-olds. These activities include circle time, gym, art, snack, and learning centers. After participating in these programs, students will develop better language skills, literacy skills, math skills, and appropriate social skills. Throughout this program, teachers will continuously be monitoring their students to be sure that their progress is up to date and to see what they do/don't need help on anymore. The second program I researched is known as Keys to Kindergarten. This is a free program held year-long and offers families activities that are of importance to school readiness to help improve their child's academic, social, and emotional skills. Within this program, there are sessions for parents and children to participate in classroom activities. After these activities, parents attend parent sessions while their children participate in other activities dealing with school readiness with a teacher as their guide. There, these children will learn letter and sound recognition, rhyming words, colors, shapes, counting, number recognition, following directions, listening skills, interacting with their peers, sorting objects, and making logical predictions. If appropriate steps are taken to ensure students' readiness and all teachers are on the same page to guide these students, more of them will be well prepared to begin taking on preschool and kindergarten.
So now we are going to talk about the emphasis of social skills development in preschool and kindergarten. Researchers and practitioners have described social-emotional skills that children need as they enter school, including self-confidence, developing positive relationships with peers and adults, concentration and persistence on challenging tasks, communicating emotions, listening to instructions, and problem-solving skills. The National Academy of Sciences reported that 60% of children enter school with the cognitive skills needed to be successful, but only 40% have the social skills needed to succeed in kindergarten. In one study, the teachers followed a curriculum called You Can Do It, an early childhood education program, over a period of 10 weeks to 99 preschool and first grade students. The lessons were designed to specifically teach children confidence, organization, persistence, and emotional control. The first result demonstrated that children's social and emotional competence increased. The students in the program were considerably more able to manage their emotions, get along with others, and engage in their academic learning than the students who did not receive the You Can Do It lessons. Secondly, first grade students showed a reduction in problem behaviors, such as hyperactivity. The last results indicated that students from the You Can Do It classes displayed greater gain in their levels of reading achievement than the students who did not take the lessons. A second study examined whether children's social problem-solving skills was a mechanism through which temperament influences later academic achievement. There were a total of 117 children enrolled in the National Institute of Child Health and Human Development study of early child care. During preschool, mother and child care providers rated the child's temperament, shyness, and control. Then, during kindergarten and first grade, the teachers reported the math and language skills of the children. The results indicated that higher control of the child predicted better kindergarten and first grade academic learning and peer interactions. For example, control also helped children follow teacher directions in school, remain on task, refrain from disrupting others, and focus on learning tasks in the classroom, which are all critical skills for academic success. In another study, 3,305 kindergarten teacher responses to a questionnaire were analyzed. Teachers believe that preparing children for the social demands of the classroom are more critical for school readiness than developing academic skills. Specifically, teachers reported that children's abilities to tell their wants and thoughts, follow directions, avoid being disruptive, taking turns, and sharing are more important school readiness skills. Therefore, the behaviors associated with control and social problem-solving skills, behaviors in the classroom, are necessary skills for children's academic success. Also, children who were shy showed less competent strategies when facing a social problem situation, likely due to fear, inhibition, and distress. Furthermore, shyness had an indirect effect on academic achievement because these emotions could lead to social withdrawal, which produced less interaction and learning from others. Lastly, the study shows that control is an important skill for academic learning. It helped children follow teacher directions in school, remain on task, and refrain from disrupting others, which are all critical for academic success. Aside from studies, there is also an article that seeks to explain how social and emotional skill deficits contribute to school failure. In her article, Whitted explains three main topics: how family and community risk factors can inhibit social and emotional development in young children, and how relationships provide the foundations for social emotional skills. Also, she highlights the strategies that educators need to be aware of in order to help children who are headed towards school failure because of these social and emotional deficits. The findings in the study are disturbing because early identified behavioral problems during the preschool years have been associated with a number of short and long-term individual and social consequences. The Center for Evidence-Based Practice stated, "Early appearing behavioral problems during a child's preschool years are the single best predictors of school dropout, delinquency, gang membership, and adult incarceration. Furthermore, unless behavioral problems are dealt with early on, the child's behaviors tend to become chronic." Children's early relationships set the stage not only for emotional development but also cognitive and academic achievement. They learn how to cope with frustrations, modulate their own behavior, and form positive relationships with others. When equipped with these skills, their school success is enhanced. However, many children who are raised in low-income families might not have the critical developmental skills. For example, parents might be too overwhelmed and oftentimes are unable to interact with their children. Because they are limited to child care and educational choices, educators can play a critical role in helping them overcome social and emotional deficits, contributing to future academic success.
There are possibilities that could cause children to have trouble developing social skills. Nonverbal learning disorders, also known as NLVD, is one that most children suffer from. In this instance, children have a hard time comprehending communication that isn't spoken. With this disorder, children don't understand abstract concepts. For example, if a guy tells a girl she was smoking hot, if the girl has an NVLD, she might take it literally, thinking that the guy meant her body heat instead of her beauty. They also tend to misunderstand body language, tones of voices, and facial expressions. Another trouble children could face is attention deficit hyperactive disorder, which is ADHD, causing children to constantly be active, speak while others are speaking, shout out answers randomly, and want things constantly. With social communication disorder, most children don't like to talk. Children with this disorder have no interest in joining into conversations, or if they do, they tend to go off topic. With this being said, they also have hard times greeting people, gaining attention, and giving background information to unfamiliar people.
If your child has trouble making friends and connecting with other people, then maybe it could be a sign of a learning and social disorder. They might also have problems with speech, linguistic conversations, and interpersonal interaction. And children with ASD fail to acquire appropriate social skills and may lack opportunities for positive peer interactions. This makes it difficult for children to make friends and be able to socially interact appropriately with peers. And if they can't interact with other people, it makes it difficult to put them in a school setting. Studies also show that children with social skill disorders may have mood and anxiety problems. They might have problems understanding the facial expressions of others, lack of responding to the emotions of others, and lack of interest in other children, and etc.
There are a number of ways to find out if a child has difficulties with social skills. Parents can always talk to their child's teacher to see how he or she behaves in class. They could look into education evaluations to test and evaluate the child and see if it's caused by learning or attention issues. They can talk to their child's doctor or to a specialist or learning specialist to see what's best for the child.
Some other things that you can do are you can look into some social skill building classes. Your school might offer them for free. Some private counselors with training in learning issues may also run programs for kids who struggle socially. You can also try to help your child meet kids. For example, you can take them to the park, or you can arrange play dates with other children. You can introduce them to more kids and help them essentially make friends.
After looking into both sides of the study, one could argue that Piaget would support the emphasis of school readiness, while Vygotsky would support social skills development. Piaget supports that everything happens in basic developmental skills, and Vygotsky supports that we learn from other individuals in our environment. In conclusion, that we decided that both of these go hand in hand and that one isn't more important than the other. You need social skills to be ready for school. There should be a strong emphasis put on both school readiness and social skills development.